I once spent more than 6 months, 2 full 18-week training cycles preparing for a single marathon. I was in the best shape of my life. And then I made one decision at the Race Expo the day before that flushed all of that work down the toilet. I'm Brian from Midlife Marathoner, and I've made every race day mistake you can imagine. Today, I'm sharing the 3 biggest so you don't have to learn from them the hard way like I did. Spring 2023. I decided I was going to train to run my perfect marathon. Not just finish, I wanted a PR, so I did something crazy. I completed an 18-week marathon training cycle through the spring and early summer, but didn't run a race at the end. I took a month off to recover, then completed another full 18-week training cycle through late summer and the fall, all building toward one goal race. By November, I was the most prepared I'd ever been for anything. My body was a machine. My paces were dialed in. I knew exactly what I could do. Then I went to the Race Expo the day before, and I saw a table where I could sign up for a pace group. And I thought, my body's ready. I can just follow the pace group and let my brain relax. I won't have to worry about pacing. I'll just enjoy the race and soak in the experience. I had never run with a pace group before. Not once. Not in training. Not ever. And here's what I didn't know. Pace groups don't run at a steady pace. Their goal is to finish in a specific time, so they strategically speed up in some sections and slow down in others to average out to the goal pace. By the halfway point, I was more exhausted than I should have been. I eventually dropped from the pace group and finished on my own, and I didn't finish as strong or as fast as I had trained for. After the race, I looked at my watch data and discovered in the first half the pace group leader had been running significantly faster than goal pace in some sections, then slower in others. Those fast sections blew me up, and I never recovered. I spent 6 months preparing for that race, and I handed control of my goal to someone else in a split-second decision at a Race Expo. Here's what I learned. Pace groups work great for a lot of people, but if you've never run with one, race day is not the time to experiment. If you want to try a pace group, practice it first. Join a local running club, run with friends, and let one of them control the pace without you looking at your watch. Get used to what it feels like to trust someone else with your race. But for me, I have vowed to never run with a pace group again. If I have a goal, I'm not leaving it in someone else's hands. You've done the training. Trust your body. Trust your plan. Don't assume you can wing it just because you're fit. Test it first, or stick to what you know. Fall 2020, I'm running a marathon I've never done before. Because of the pandemic, I knew the crowds would be much smaller than usual. I figured smaller crowds, less demand, they'll have plenty of water and gels. I didn't verify, I just assumed. I was wrong. Problem number 1. I get to the first aid station that's handing out gels, and it's a brand I've never even heard of. Never tested it, never tried it. But I didn't have a choice because I had only brought a couple of my own as backups, so I took their gel. Within 20 minutes, my stomach was a mess. By now, I'm in a position where I have to use what they're providing because I didn't bring enough of my own for the entire race. But wait, it gets worse. I didn't bring a water bottle either because, again, smaller crowd, they'll have plenty of water. Around mile 20, I hit an aid station, completely out of water. Okay, no big deal. Next station is in 2 miles. Next station, also out of water. I had to run the final 6 miles of a marathon with nothing to drink. My mouth felt like sandpaper. Every step was agony, all because I assumed they would have what I needed. If you have a race coming up, here's what you need to do as soon as this video is over. 1, go to the race website. Find out the specific brands of nutrition and hydration they're providing. Not just gels and sports drink, the actual brands and flavors. 2, order some of that exact product and test it during your training runs. If it settles fine in your stomach, great. If it doesn't, now you know you need to bring your own for the entire race. 3, bring back up anyway. Carry extra gels, bring a handheld water bottle or a hydration vest if the course allows it. Because here's the reality. Aid stations run out. Volunteers make mistakes. Things go wrong, and when you're at mile 20 and there's no water, you can't just pull over and call an Uber. Control what you can control. Your nutrition and hydration are 100% in your control. Don't gamble with it. Don't assume. Verify and prepare. My first race outside of Florida. Up until this point, I had only trained and raced in the Sunshine State, where the biggest hill is a highway overpass. When I signed up for this race, I checked everything: the course map, the aid stations, the start time, what to wear, everything except the elevation profile. Race day, mile 1. Things are fine. I get to mile 2, and it starts to go uphill. Mile 3, still uphill. Miles 4, 5. 4 of the first 5 miles of this race are a steady, relentless climb. My quads are screaming, everyone around me is powering up these hills like it's nothing, and I'm shuffling along like I'm wearing ankle weights. But the real kicker? The last 400 meters of this marathon, the last 0.2 miles, are as close to straight uphill as you can imagine. I'm at mile 26. I can see the finish line, and I'm looking at this wall in front of me thinking, am I actually gonna get swept at mile 26? Am I gonna fail this close to the finish because I can't make it up this hill? Well, I made it, barely. But that lesson, I will never forget it. I knew there were hills in the area, but I never looked at the specifics. I figured I'd be fine. I'd run on an incline treadmill a few times, and I thought that was enough. It wasn't. If you're racing somewhere with different terrain than where you train, look at the elevation profile. Not just are there hills, but where are the climbs? How steep are they? How long? Then prepare for it. If you live somewhere flat, find a parking garage and run repeats up the levels. Use a treadmill with adjustable incline and set it to match the race profile. Find bridges, on-ramps, overpasses, anywhere with a sustained incline. Practice running downhill too. Your quads take a beating on descents if you're not prepared. And this goes both ways. People come to Florida and assume races will be flat, but run Disney races in Central Florida, on-ramps and off-ramps everywhere. Those circular on-ramps are brutal if you're not ready. Don't assume. Do the research. Train for what you'll actually face. All right, let's bring it home. 3 race day mistakes that cost me dearly so they don't have to cost you. Mistake number 1, I joined a pace group at the Race Expo after 6 months of training without ever having run with one. Lesson, never try anything new on race day, especially not something that controls your entire race strategy. Mistake number 2, I assumed the race would have the nutrition and hydration I would need and didn't bring enough backup. Lesson, research what's on the course, test it in training, and bring your own supplies anyway. Mistake number 3, I didn't look at the elevation profile and got destroyed by hills I wasn't prepared for. Lesson, research the terrain and train specifically for what you'll face on race day. Here's the truth. In our 40s and 50s, we don't have unlimited time. We don't bounce back like we did in our 20s. Every race matters. Every training block is precious. But that doesn't mean we can't run incredible races. It just means we have to be smarter. We have to prepare better. We have to learn from mistakes. Learn from mine so you don't have to make them yourself. You've put in the work. You've earned a great race day. Don't let these mistakes steal it from you. If this helped you, hit the subscribe button. I post videos every week to help midlife runners train smarter and race stronger. And drop a comment below. What's your biggest race day fear? Let's talk about it. If you have a race coming up and you'd like to talk with a coach to create your race day strategy, visit midlifemarathoner.com to schedule a strategy session video chat with me. I'd love to help you get ready for your big day. Now get out there and have the race you've trained for. I'll see you next week.